All right. We are driving a Mercedes Benz C63 V204 from 2012. The car on the first meters felt very beautiful, very comfortable. The engine is an M156 engine, which means it has a 6.2 liter V8, 487 horsepower and 600 Newton meters of torque. It's naturally aspirated and it should go pretty good. We have a couple of driving modes. We have the classic mode, Sport, Sport Plus or manual mode, and an RS mode, which is for the race start, launch control. The car has a 7-speed MCT gearbox, which means it's a multi-clutch system from Mercedes Benz. It's automatic with a clutch combined, so no double clutch system. It's a MCT 7-gear speed gearbox. It has 1,730 kilograms of dry weight. So because we are on a mountain bit and I want to try the performance, we have an HR suspension. It should go pretty good around corners also, although I feel like it's very comfortable. Let me go into manual mode. Let's feel this out with the ESP on. Listen to that V8. Okay, so first step on the throttle, of course nothing happens because the ESP is limiting. The throttle response is not as direct as I would wish it to be. The shifts happen in 100 milliseconds, so it's pretty fast. Let's just explain what happened here. So I couldn't experience what happens after 5,000 RPM. So the engine is very strong in lower parts. It pushes really forward. The throttle response is not that immediate, but the acceleration in the first gear is basically nothing because the ESP is limiting it. And of course, if I turn off the ESP, it's just oversteering. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to keep it on 2,000 RPMs with the ESP in sport setting, in handling mode, because you can turn it off completely, or driving sport mode, and accelerate out just to feel how it really goes. So from 2,000 RPMs, 20 kph approximately. Okay, oversteer. Yeah, I mean, this is I mean, listen to that. Okay, second gear, I step on the throttle now, oversteer, and I'm in sports mode. Okay, again. So for a normal human being, I think the sports mode is plenty, because it has too much power and it's going to help you when you have a little bit too much slip on the rear wheels. It's going to take the throttle away. So I shall demonstrate that. When I step on the throttle now, it takes it a little away. When you turn it off though, completely, and you say, okay, I want it off, second gear, 2,000 RPMs, just a quick step on the throttle. This is what happens. The brutality of when you step on the throttle and the feeling you get, how it pushes the car, and really this immense power, this is only happening when you're driving a Mercedes Benz. Every other engine is revving up, it is powerful of course, but this one has just this brutality to it. This counts as a high revving engine, so it revs up to 7,200 RPMs. The sound is just so brutal. Let me try to accelerate with a little grip. So I can't do it with 20, I have to do it at about 40 kph, I guess. And I'm going to step on the throttle now, but with a little bit of a back push and glide into the full throttle. Now the rally bit comes. Snow everywhere. Sports handling mode, just keep it on the throttle. You know what? You know what? Yep. Let's keep it on sports mode because this counts as ESP on, so we are allowed to do that. Otherwise you can't move in snow. But the experience of a C63 is really something else. The power is so immense. It is a very dangerous car to drive. But still very forgiving. Let's give the C63 a little bit of a fair share because it is very difficult to drive on certain roads. So I'm going to put it into sport mode and just to see how the acceleration combined with the 7-speed MCT gearbox is on a good handling road. So the acceleration is brutal, absolutely brutal. Turning into the corners, a little bit more wobbly. Whoa! Did you hear that? Although I said it was dangerous, now driving it on a little bit of a dry bit, I can't really agree to that because I think the car is, again, very forgiving. Of course, it is not the sportiest drive, but I wouldn't say it's comfortable. Maybe my own bias just allows me to believe that it is pretty sporty because I am a fan of the C63 Coupe, but compared to an M3, for example, it's a Luxus Coupe, really. It is the much better daily driver, and the M3 is a much more challenging car to drive. But this one is just the best of both worlds. So while the M3 is very challenging, this one is very forgiving. It has some dangerous aspects like the engine and the immense power, but without that it would be a very comfortable and forgiving car. I have to launch it just one time. What the hell is wrong with this car, man? Oh God, if you're a Mercedes guy, all right, just buy it. Don't think too much, just buy it. Before we go to the exterior part, make sure to subscribe and like the video, give us a thumb up, help us out so we can film more of those videos. The faster we grow on YouTube, the easier it is to get cars, maybe even new cars, supercars, sports cars, classics, rally cars. That would be awesome. If you are in Switzerland and you want to lend us your car, make sure to write me on YouTube or Instagram. I'll reply. Most of the times I can really reply. And thank you for watching. Sitting inside of this car, you can tell, okay, some materials are made for the C-Class. So it is the entrance model, I mean real Benz, I'm not talking about the E and B Class, 2012 Coupe, kind of giving you the entrance into those premium luxury cars the Mercedes is. And you can tell, okay, there are some things that I don't like this plastic here and down here also. It's much better in the E-Class, but just sitting inside of the car, you feel very comfortable and it is beautiful. The seats feel very good. Here we have an analog speedometer in the middle with all the information you need when you start it up. So an Harman Kardon speaker system, carbon fiber starting from here, going all around there. We have electrical seats and everything pretty nice. We have a nice sunroof you can open for a panoramic experience. That is very great. What I don't like though is the Alcantara that Mercedes uses. This beautiful steering wheel that the AMG line had in 2012, all of those cars have the same problem. The Alcantara kind of gets this fatty, meaty, very ugly to touch. Same here, this would be Alcantara, but it looks like leather. Why? Because the Alcantara took all of those fatty materials, those oils, and covered it all around. Other than that, those are the bad parts, but there's quite a few things I like. I like the steering wheel form. I like the feel of the pedals here, metal feel. I like the beautiful gauge clusters in the front. It is so simple to look at. This is plenty of a good interior. And the most important part is this one. Step on the brake, start it up. That is the reason why you buy a car like this. It's not the interior, it's this. Okay, let's look at it from the outside. Let me talk about the exterior of this beautiful C63 AMG. I still think to this day it is an absolute beautiful car, although it's 10 years old. The beautiful bonnet that goes into a triangular shape here. We have rear mirrors that are carbon fiber and the rear wing that is also carbon fiber. But what I like most is this beautiful silhouette from the side. There is just one thing that I don't like, and it's this B pillar. So normally a big Mercedes coupe has always no B pillar. It's free here. You can open all the windows. Other than that, I think it's a beautiful looking car. And what we have to look at now is the engine. That is the most favorite thing. So let me open the bonnet and show you what this is about. So this engine might be a dinosaur, but it's one of the most majestic things you can have. It's called the M156 K6 engine, which means we have a V8 6.2 liter engine producing 487 horsepower and 600 Newton meters of torque. Able to accelerate the car from 0 to 100 in 4.3 or 4.4 seconds. Tops out at 280 kph with the AMG driver's package. And if that isn't enough to work on, you just push a little bit up and now you can work on freely on this beautiful engine. So you have heard this majestic thing, but we have to look at it through my eyes. What do I love most? Of course, those big 4 exhaust pipes, as big as my fists, every single one of them. And I like that this is in a round shape and not this rectangular form. It is really beautiful. Carbon splitter, I'm not that fan of those little lips, to be honest. Diffuser, very beautiful, looks great, and of course, big butt. Absolutely love it.